Hey there, and welcome to part 2 of this 5-part series on my brand new soap opera sequence that I learned from Russell Brunson in his book .com Secrets. Hi, this is Adam Chandler with NewWorldMarketers.com. I produce a ton of content on this channel showing people how I create leverage, the marketing strategies, the traffic strategies, the follow-up strategies like we're talking about today that I use to build successful online businesses in the affiliate world. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you have not done so already, because a couple reasons. Number one, I produce a ton of content showing you how the marketing strategies that I use to build leverage successful lifestyle friendly online businesses. And number two, because this is a 5-part series. And if you're subscribed to the channel, you hit that little bell notification. That'll notify you. YouTube will notify you when I make a new video in this sequence or in this series. So that you can follow along with the entire 5-part video series. So this is day 2. In the description of this video, I will make a link available to day 1, and in future videos, I'll make a link available to the other videos in this series as well. But basically, what I'm doing is I'm just walking you through my version of the soap opera sequence based on Russell's, in the chapter in .com Secrets. If you're not familiar with .com Secrets, if you're into digital marketing or just creating more leverage, using digital marketing as an entrepreneur, then visit newworldmarketers.com/.com secrets, and you can get yourself a free copy of this book that I highly recommend for anyone in the world of digital marketing. So the subject line of day 2 is the devastating crisis that turned into the opportunity of a lifetime. Part 2 of 5. And I think it's important to do this to let them know that this is a 5-part series. And what this will also do is, if you say part 2 of 5, part 3 of 5, part 1 of 5, if they haven't checked out part 1, then it'll often make them go back, search their emails, look for part 1, which will that's creating engagement with your email subscribers. Which what that will do is that will tell the Gmails and the Yahoos of the world that your email is important, and it will bypass the spam folders and the other folders, because it'll let them know that your emails are a priority to this person. The more engagement you get, the more your emails will get through and bypass those filters. So the devastating crisis that turned into an opportunity of a lifetime. Part 1, I'm really just kind of wetting their whistle. I'm really just kind of, sharing a little bit about myself, and I'm kind of teasing tomorrow. That's one thing that you really want to keep in mind in any kind of email autoresponder, email follow-up series, is that you want to tease tomorrow. You want to kind of create a cliffhanger, get them on, keep them on the edge of their seat so that they look forward to tomorrow's email. And also, one thing I learned from another very successful email marketer by the name of Perry Belcher. He said you also want to point back to yesterday, because, like I said, that'll have them searching their emails for other emails that you've done. So this is the very first line. This says, "Greetings from Adam Chandler." And by the way, this is Infusionsoft. I don't recommend Infusionsoft for most people unless you have your own products, your own affiliate programs, things like that. Infusionsoft is expensive, and it's an advanced program for people that are doing advanced things in the world of marketing. For years and years and years, I used Aweber, which is something that I also highly recommend for anyone who's getting started in the world of online marketing. If you're promoting other people's affiliate programs, Aweber is a great place. You don't need Infusionsoft. Okay, so yesterday you requested access to my Freedom Secret video, and that was what they opted in for. And I like to make this link available right in the beginning, right from the get-go, because a lot of times some people just will not scroll, and if you don't put a link in the in the top of the email, then some people are just they just won't see it, and they won't click on it, and they won't take action. And I want to remind them to do that if they haven't done so already, because not everybody is going to see the offer as soon as they opt in. Some people are, but you got to figure some people are maybe at work and they're at their desk, and they're they maybe are able to opt in for something, but they don't have time to watch an entire video right then and there. So keep pointing them back to the video or the action that you want them to take, and that's what I'm doing right here. And I told you I'd follow up today to share the story, so I'm closing one of the loops, to share the story of my devastating crisis I experienced, which led to an opportunity that completely transformed my life. And you're going to want to, you're going to want to kind of do this with your own story. And one of the things that Russell points out for this section of the soap opera sequence in the book .com Secrets is that you want to, here's where you're really taking them into, the pain that you were in, and you're really sharing the story of the crisis and the pain that you were in, that oftentimes they're experiencing something similar to that right now, and it creates a lot of trust and relatability with you, which can lead to a lot more sales. Okay, so, and I told you I'd follow up on the devastating crisis that I experienced, which led to an opportunity that completely transformed my life. Basically, how I went from making just $19,000 to over $100,000 in a short time with online marketing. So I just moved 2,000 miles across the country by myself, Vermont to Colorado, where I had no family, no friends, no support structure in place whatsoever. After I lost 2 jobs in my field, which was newspaper advertising sales, in the first 6 months of the move, one of the companies closed its doors just a couple months after I was hired, and the other I was let go due to corporate downsizing. It was a really scary time. I didn't know where my next paycheck was going to come from, or if I would have to move back home in failure and shame. And that's something that I use when I'm telling my story a lot. Like, I thought I was going to have to move back home in failure and shame. Nobody wants to experience failure and shame, right? And I started searching Craigslist for other newspaper advertising jobs, which seems kind of silly looking back, considering I had just lost 2 jobs in that field, but that was all I knew at the time. While I was searching Craigslist, I found a little business opportunity ad that said they could teach me how to make money online, and I was skeptical but also very curious, and I started seeing people making $30K a month, $40K a month, even up to $80,000 a month, working part-time in their flip-flops from their beach house in Maui, Hawaii. After just losing 2 jobs and barely getting by, when I did have a job, I thought, wow, sign me up for that plan. The next thing I knew, I was borrowing $2,000 to start my first online business. How cool is that? Not that I had to borrow the money, but that I didn't have to have some amazing idea for a product or build any websites, no storefront needed or teenage employees. I didn't even have to ship any products or deal with customer support issues. These are things that people think that they're going to have to deal with when they start a business, and I'm kind of killing that objection. All I had to do was plug in, learn how to drive traffic to online professionally designed sales funnels, which I'll talk more about later on in the series. Which again, pointing them towards the future, and I'll look forward to my future emails. Make money by selling other people's high converting products and systems. I thought it was genius. Seriously, after I met a mentor who used the exact same process to dig out of over $400,000 in debt and then become an online millionaire, or shortly after I met a mentor who did those things, that guy actually created a new system, and more recently to share how he was able to do that in this video, and then a link to the video. Tomorrow I'll share what happened. So there I am pointing towards tomorrow again. Tomorrow I'll share what happened after I got started, and something that happened completely that completely changed the way I thought about how to make money in this exciting new world. Until then, Adam. And that's the end of the message. So that was part 2. In part 3, we're going to be talking about some of the hidden benefits, and we're going to be kind of closing some of these loops that we open in part 2. But that's really what the soap opera sequence is about. The reason it's called a soap opera sequence is because daytime soap opera television shows are always they do a masterful job at opening loops and closing loops, and a lot of successful television programs do that. They keep people really on the edge of their seat, waiting for what's going to happen, tomorrow, to keep people tuned in, and that's exactly what we're doing here with the soap opera sequence. So again, .com Secrets has got all kinds of great strategies for for showing you how to get traffic for your business, how to build sales funnels. Different ways to structure your sales funnel, follow up. It's all there in the book, .com Secrets. Again, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, go ahead and do that right now. Click that link to subscribe So, and make sure to hit that notification, that little bell, to be notified when I go live with, or when I release another episode in the sequence, which is coming your way really, really soon. So make sure you're subscribed. I'll see you in part 3.